8:47, and it's Micki time.
Just don't talk over Queen.
It's Micki time with glam rock correspondent Micki Gamez.
How dare you?
All right. Well, Queen's Fat Bottom Girls was taken off its greatest hits collection to protect the ears of its younger listeners. Yodo is a kids' audio platform, and it now offers the band's greatest hits, their best-selling album of all time, and it's missing this song.
Oh, you gonna let it all hang out, fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round.
So what do you think about that?
It makes sense. It's for a kid's platform. And if you read the lyrics, because, often you enjoy songs and you sing along with the chorus, you're not really paying attention to what's in between. And yeah, there's one where it said, but I knew life before I left my nursery, left alone with big fat Fanny. She was such a naughty nanny. Heap big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. I mean,
Typical coming of age story.
is it? I hope not for most boys, but I hope their nanny didn't make them a bad boy. But yeah, on a kid's platform, that makes sense. Now, if they did that, if they re-released a greatest hits and they remastered everything and there was new cool vinyl and they left, that would be a problem. But this is for kids.
Well, Billboard asked its readers should Fat Bottom Girls have been included in this release. And so far, an overwhelming 86% said yes, while only 7% said nope. And then a couple of others out there, 2-3% said unsure, I don't know. But, the other songs that made the list, so instead of it being a 17-song greatest hits album, it's now a 16 greatest hits album. And, of course, it's got this single.
We will rock you.
That I recognize.
Yeah.
You don't know Fat Bottom Girls?
No.
Do you know
Or
Queen?
Radio Gaga?
I did not. I saw the movie. I saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well, what about this one?
Oh, yeah. You're the champ.
Okay. Just making sure.
I know all those sports songs.
Okay. All right, cool. You know all the sports songs. I like
I
that,
have
Dave.
I have to brag about this. I got to see Brian May sing Love of My Life at Wembley Stadium when I was there for the Taylor Hawkins tribute concert. That's when I started crying because I never in my life thought I'd get to see these classic rockers of, my parents' generation. I grew up listening to these songs. And then there was Brian May right in front of me singing that. I mean, yeah, I want to introduce kids to Queen, but maybe Fat Bottom, well, who cares, right? Like they can discover the song when they're older.
Well,
That's your decision, though.
yeah, that is your
That's
decision.
your decision.
Yeah.
Who are these people? And who cares what they... Come on. What, is Tipper Gore busy again? I mean, we went through this in the 80s.
Wait, no,
We
wait.
went through this in the 80s.
I think
it's
she don't.
It's
No.
up to your parents to figure out what you should or shouldn't listen to.
Right, are
Not
we-
editing or censoring works of art.
Are
Come
we
on.
saying this is the only rock and roll song that's about sexualization of
Are you
of
kidding me?
people?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You should
Well,
look at
at
my
least this album.
Spotify.
But here's the interesting part. One of the songs that did make the playlist was good old-fashioned Loverboy. So they allowed that song, which is about a lover boy. Hey, Mom, what is a lover boy?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what does it go on to have more salacious lyrics than that? That seems pretty innocuous.
Yeah, that one's innocuous, I think.
okay.
And on
So
the
you're
other one, can't they just use AI to change the lyric to "made me a good boy"?
I mean, certainly they could. Absolutely, they would have to ask for the rights to be able to do that. But
I think ChatGPT can do it without asking anybody for
Well, Kids
permission.
Bop does that. So, like, Kids Bop, they will change the lyrics
Yeah.
to make them more, quote-unquote, appropriate for kids. But apparently this platform, Yodo, just releases the music as is. And they're like, okay, if we're going to release this album and our average age of our listeners is 5 years old, let's just omit that one so we don't have any problems
that's
with kids walking
censorship.
around.
And I will
Let
say,
the parents figure it out.
as someone who grew up on Queen and who listened to this song, Fat Bottom Girls, it was slightly formative for me in my years.
Was it now?
And I will say, as a 5-year-old, you don't know what that means at all. And as you grow into an age where you begin to know what that means, maybe it's a thing that opens up your mind a little bit more. It sort of bucks the trend of traditional beauty standards.
So it's affirming.
Good point.
It's somewhat. I'm not saying it's completely, that we should be showing all kids this song, but as someone who did listen to it as a 10 and 11, 12-year-old, it was something that I was like, oh, that's interesting. I don't hear songs talk about that.
It's kind of mixed messies, though, because you get like fat bottom girls and you're like, yeah, let's all body types, all this. But then like society and magazines, they're like, yeah, but you got to be thin and fit and all this. And like as a girl, you grow up going, what am I supposed to have, a fat bottom or a fit bottom?
Well,
I don't know.
The lyrics do seem to be in awe of the fat bottom.
But then everything else
because they do
is
make
like,
the
you gotta
world
be
go
fit.
round.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So,
Okay.
yeah, what I love about this is Sully's in such defense, and he's the guy who walks on to the John and Sherry show with cherry pie.
Again, that was not my decision.
Ah, cherry pie. Like,
You know, we should, if we're going to ban a song from Queen, we might as well forget for the perpetuation and the indoctrination of bicycle riding. We need people in their cars. We need people in their cars. We don't need them kids riding bikes as kids.
that one flew right over Dave's head.
Oh, sorry.
I
I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride. It's another great Queen song.
Man, Dave, we got to go to a rock and roll concert together. I got to
do.
get you some culture.
I've been to rock and roll concerts.
Did you wear the little plugs in your ear?
I left early.
Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. Well, I can remember cleaning the house. When I clean the house, I like to listen to like 60s, 70s, and 80s rock and roll. And my son grew up singing Shook Me All Night Long, AC/DC. And
Sounds healthy.
so when he got to school and they said, oh, well, what's your favorite song or what's your mom's? And then he could like sing the lyrics. And then I got a nice little phone call from the teacher. Yeah. So apparently this is your favorite song. And I'm like, oh,
June
okay.
sings Miss New Booty. So I'm saying maybe it's okay they leave fat bottom girls off, and I let my daughter,
You're responsible
my
for Miss New
4-year-old,
Booty.
listen to Miss New Booty.
My kids know I found you, Miss New Booty.
Bring it together and bring it back to.
I'll just say
right.
today's music is a lot more derogative than back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Give them credit.
At least
okay?
they tried to hide it back then,
Yeah,
right?
it's not even
clever
it's
lyrics.
in plain sight now.
We were able to fill in the blanks for ourselves back in the day.